Who has made a big impact on your life? For many people, a teacher or a parent comes to mind, but for me, it's a special family member. Throughout my life, I have met other people's grandmothers, but none can compare to mine. We all have grandmas that we love, but I would like to pay a tribute to my amazing grandmother, Susan McCullough. My grandma, Mumsy, is helpful, funny, and very creative, and she demonstrates these traits on a daily basis. Mumsy has been so helpful throughout my life and is always there for anyone in need of anything. When my mom isn't available to drive me anywhere, my Mumsy is right there to drive. If she isn't available, my grandpa is there instead. Also, as most may know, my mom cannot cook. So, believe it or not, my grandma cooks dinner every night for my family and me. Right when we come home from school, she has English muffins wrapped up in tinfoil, ready for my sister and I to run out the door to the gym. When I get home from the gym, she has dinner ready on the table. Every now and then, she will make a delightful dessert too. Last but not least, Mumsy has everything anyone might need. If we need a material for school, I go right up to her house and she's ready to help. Also, if I ever get a rip or scrape from the gym, she has the right things to put on it to make it heal within a day or two. The next characteristic describing Mumsy is funny. You can always go to her if you're in need of a good laugh. One time, Mumsy broke her finger and it's still permanently bent. When people asked her what happened, she has to tell them that she was dancing and kicked her finger. And the funny thing was that was true. She was doing the Cotton Eye Joe with my sister and she kicked her finger doing a move. After a few weeks of wearing a splint on her finger, it felt weird and just not right. It was falling off even when she tried taping it on. After about an hour filled of frustration later, she realized that it was on the wrong finger the whole time. Last but not least, Mumsy's amusing to watch on her new phone. One day, my grandpa decided he wanted an iPhone, and while he was at the store, he decided to get one for Mumsy too. My sisters and I taught them the basic things on the phone and taught them how to use it, but from then on, Mumsy started getting competitive about who knew how to use it better. She figured out many things on her own, so when we would try to show her how to do something, she'd say, "Oh yeah, I already knew how to do that." Another thing I love about my grandma is how creative she is. She's the most creative person I have ever met. Mumsy helped me on every project in elementary school and still does to this day. I remember every week in second grade, there was an optional extra credit assignment to do, and whether I wanted to do it or not, we would always work on it together. Another example of how Mumsy is creative in her her ability to write, especially poems. She is so imaginative when it comes to writing. One time, I did an optional assignment to write a poem about bullying, and since Mumsy wrote most of it with some of my help, I handed it in and it was chosen to be read out loud at Blackburn Hall. Every year on Easter, Mumsy makes a cake shaped like a bunny with all the features of a bunny. It is the cutest thing ever, and it also tastes delicious. I know grandmothers are special people in everybody's lives, but my grandma is the greatest anyone could ever ask for. Mumsy's helpful, creative, and funny actions and outlook on life has really affected me in many ways over the past 13 years of my life. So, thank you, Mumsy, for always being there for anyone, everyone, and especially me.